Let's discuss about role and their accesses in Bitbucket. As we have discussed, there are four roles in Bitbucket: system admin, project creator, and Bitbucket user. Let's see the setting option for system admin. Click on settings. There are two types of settings that system admin can manage: account setting, system settings. Let's look at account settings first. In account settings, we have user settings. System admin can create user on Bitbucket server. Let's create one user. Click on users. System admin can create user. Click on create user. Enter username. Click on create user. Now you can see we have successfully created a user, Ahmad Khan, in users. Now click on users. You can see the new user gets created. Another setting that we have is groups. Well, groups are created to assign roles to a set of people through groups. We can include users in groups and give a name to a group. Let's create one group. Click on create group. Enter the name of group. Let's say testers. Create group. Here we can add users in our group. Let's try adding the user that we have created. So I have added two users in my group. I also can delete the group. All these accesses are available to system admin. Another settings that we have is in global permissions. In global permissions, system admin can provide permissions to user groups. In this, system admin can also provide accesses to particular user. So here we can provide access or we can assign a role to a particular user. Let's say I have this user. Click on add. So system admin has access to provide any role to that particular user. So either that user can be assigned a system admin or as a project creator or as a Bitbucket user. By default, all the users that we have in Bitbucket are considered as Bitbucket user. Let's provide the access of admin to the particular user that we have added. Another thing that we have is group access, where we can provide the access to a particular group. Let's say we have created one group, testers. Add this group. Let's provide the access to this particular group. So all the users in this group get assigned as a admin role. Let's understand different accesses of roles in Bitbucket. We have following settings in Bitbucket: access of login and browse. Second, we have access of creating project. Another we have is managing user groups, managing global permission. Next, we have added application settings and added server settings. We have four roles in Bitbucket according to the access they have of settings. Well, Bitbucket user has access of login and projects, while project creator have access of login as well as creating a project. Third, we have admin, having all the accesses except editing server settings. The last role that we have is system admin, having all the accesses in Bitbucket. So we have different roles with different accesses. Let's log in with different user having different roles and see settings according to their access. Click on global permissions. So here you can see we have different user with different roles. Let's log in with these user and see the settings available to them. Let's log in with Bitbucket user first. Well, as you can see, Bitbucket user do not have any other access except login of projects and the projects assigned to that user. Well, there is no option of setting and there is no option of creating a project to Bitbucket user. Next, let's log in as a project creator. So we have a user having access of creating a project. Let's log in with that user. So here we have the user with the role as project creator. Here you can see the user have access of creating the project, but the user do not have access of settings option. Another role that we have is admin. Let's look at the settings that we have for admin user. So the admin user have access of creating a project and also to edit the application settings. So here we can see the admin user have access of creating the project and also have option of settings. But the admin user do not have any option of editing server settings. So to edit the server settings, only the system admin role has access. Let's log in with system admin again. So here you can see the system admin has all the accesses of editing server settings, editing account settings, all the access of creating project. System admin is the only user having all the access in Bitbucket. Another option that we have is authentication. In authentication, system admin can provide that type of login on Bitbucket user. Well, if you allow public sign up, then anybody can access or anybody can sign up on Bitbucket. There's another thing that we have captcha on sign up, where user need to enter captcha every time user sign in into the Bitbucket. Another thing that we have is single sign on. Another setting that we have is single sign on, where one single credential can work for multiple tools. We have another setting is audit log, where all the activities in Bitbuckets are logged. So system admin can view all the activities that has been executed on Bitbucket. Now another category of settings that we have is system settings. So system settings we have already configured during Bitbucket setup. The first setting that we have in system setting is server settings. So server settings include the application title, the base URL that we have configured. For Bitbucket, the language, the time zone, the HTTP protocol, all the SSH accesses, the Elasticsearch. Well, all these configurations are there in server settings. Another setting that we have is database setting. So system admin can configure either internal or external database to the Bitbucket server. Well, another setting that we have are application links and application navigator, where we can add URL to link Bitbucket application with other applications or add-ons. So here we have application navigator. I've already added my Jira or linked my Jira with Bitbucket. One can enter the URL of the tool that we want to link with Bitbucket. I've already linked Jira with Bitbucket. Another thing that we have is mail. So in mail server, system admin can configure mail server settings using mail protocols, either it could be SMTP or other protocols, to get the notification of Bitbucket. Well, these are some of the important settings that system admin can take care while configuring Bitbucket.